The lottery, a game of chance that has captivated millions, can lead to life-changing moments and sometimes astonishing errors. Let's discuss the most common yet overlooked blunders people make in this game of luck and dreams. One of the simplest yet most critical mistakes lottery players make is not checking their winning numbers thoroughly. It's a lapse that can cost millions and turn a dream into a missed opportunity. When lottery fever sweeps across the nation, with jackpots reaching sky-high amounts, the excitement can overshadow the basic step of verifying numbers. This oversight often stems from various factors. Some players are so accustomed to not winning that they give their tickets only a cursory glance. Others misplace their tickets or forget about them in the hustle and bustle of daily life. Then there are those who check their numbers against the wrong drawing date or misread the numbers, leading to premature disappointment. The consequence of this mistake is not just a fleeting moment of regret. It can mean losing out on a life-altering sum of money. The stories of near misses in the lottery world are numerous, but one stands out vividly. In 2016, a couple from Hertfordshire, England, had the shock of their lives when they almost disposed of a winning Euro Millions ticket worth a staggering £66 million. The ticket had been casually tucked away in a handbag and forgotten. It was only during a routine clean-out that the ticket resurfaced. On a whim, the couple decided to check the numbers and discovered they'd been multi-millionaires for weeks without realizing it. Their story turned from a near miss to a fairy tale, but it underscores a crucial point: the importance of checking and rechecking lottery numbers. This mistake is easily avoidable. Players should develop a habit of checking their tickets immediately after the draw. It's advisable to check the numbers multiple times and against the official lottery website or verified sources. Keeping the ticket in a safe, memorable place is also crucial. Some lotteries offer mobile apps where players can scan their tickets to check for winners, adding an extra layer of convenience and reducing the chances of human error. A simple act of diligence in checking your lottery ticket can mean the difference between a dream realized and a fortune lost. In the alluring world of the lottery, it's easy to get carried away with the idea that the more you buy, the better your chances. This mindset often leads to one of the most common and financially perilous mistakes: overspending on lottery tickets. The temptation to purchase multiple tickets, especially when jackpots hit astronomical figures, can be overwhelming, but it comes with significant financial risks. The logic behind buying more tickets is seemingly straightforward. More tickets mean more chances to win. However, what many people fail to consider is the minuscule probability of winning the lottery. The odds are so steep that even buying 100 tickets barely makes a dent in increasing one's chances of winning. The financial implications of this mistake are serious. Regularly spending large amounts on lottery tickets can lead to a considerable financial drain without any guaranteed return. For some, it becomes a habitual expense, eating into funds that could have been used for savings, investments, or essential expenses. A striking example of this is the story of a family from New Jersey. Caught in the frenzy of a record-breaking Powerball jackpot, they spent hundreds of dollars purchasing tickets. The family, already on a tight budget, was drawn into the excitement and the ubiquitous media coverage surrounding the jackpot. They justified the expense by the logic of "what if?" and the dream of instant wealth. However, when the numbers were drawn, they were left with nothing but a significant dent in their household budget. This story is not unique. Many individuals and families fall into the trap of overspending on lottery tickets, swayed by the allure of a life-changing win. It's a cycle that's difficult to break, particularly in communities where lottery tickets are seen as a ticket out of financial hardship. The key to avoiding this mistake is to approach the lottery with a mindset of moderation and to understand the realities of lottery odds. Setting a budget for lottery expenditures and sticking to it can prevent this financial pitfall. It's also important to view lottery tickets as a form of entertainment rather than a serious investment strategy. The dream of winning the lottery can sometimes blur the line between hope and reality, leading people into the trap of lottery scams. These scams, cleverly designed to exploit the excitement and vulnerability of potential lottery winners, come in various forms, but they all have one thing in common: the promise of a big win in exchange for something small. One common type of lottery scam is the advance fee fraud. Here, victims receive messages, often via email or text, informing them that they've won a large sum in a lottery they don't recall entering. The catch? They must pay a fee to claim their winnings. The fee might be for taxes, legal costs, or processing charges. Trusting individuals blinded by the prospect of wealth often pay these fees, only to find out later that there's no prize waiting for them. Another method scammers use involves impersonating legitimate lottery organizations. They create fake websites or send official-looking letters that mimic real lottery communications. Victims are asked to provide personal and financial information under the guise of verifying their identity to claim their supposed prize. This not only leads to financial loss, but also risks identity theft. A real story of the devastating impact of these scams unfolded in 2018. A senior couple in the United States received a call claiming they'd won $2.5 million in a well-known lottery. Overwhelmed and excited, they followed the instructions, which involved making multiple payments totaling over $40,000 for various fees and taxes to secure their prize. It was only when they depleted their savings and no prize was forthcoming that they realized they'd been scammed. The financial impact was severe, but the emotional and psychological toll was even more devastating. Lottery scams can be particularly persuasive because they play on the universal desire for a life-changing windfall. To avoid falling prey to these scams, it's crucial to remember a few key points. First, legitimate lotteries don't ask winners to pay fees up front. Second, if you don't enter a lottery, you can't win it. And finally, always verify the authenticity of a lottery win through official channels before taking any action. A common misconception among lottery players is the belief in lucky strategies for choosing numbers. Many players spend considerable time and effort devising systems or adhering to routines they believe will increase their chances of winning. These strategies range from using significant dates, like birthdays and anniversaries, to complex mathematical sequences. However, the hard truth is that these methods don't increase the odds of winning the lottery. Lotteries are games of chance, and the numbers drawn are completely random. Each number has an equal chance of being selected, regardless of the method used to pick them. The belief in lucky numbers is often fueled by a psychological phenomenon known as the gambler's fallacy, where players think that past events can influence future outcomes in a purely random game. An illustrative case is that of John, a dedicated lottery player from Ohio. For over a decade, John religiously played the same set of numbers, a combination of family birth dates and what he considered his lucky number, 7. He was adamant that his loyalty to these numbers would eventually pay off. Week after week, John purchased tickets, certain that his strategy would bear fruit. Unfortunately, despite his dedication and optimism, his numbers never came up. His unwavering commitment to his lucky numbers resulted in considerable expenditure over the years, with no return on his investment. John's story is not unique. Countless players adhere to similar strategies, often becoming emotionally attached to different numbers. This attachment can lead to continuous participation in the lottery, despite the minimal chances of success. While there's nothing inherently wrong with playing favorite numbers for fun, it becomes problematic when players invest emotionally and financially in these strategies, overlooking the random nature of the game. It's essential to recognize that the odds remain the same, no matter how numbers are chosen. The most effective approach to playing the lottery is to view it as a form of entertainment, rather than a serious investment strategy, and to participate responsibly without relying on lucky numbers or systems. One critical, yet often overlooked step in the lottery process is signing the winning ticket. This simple act serves as a crucial safeguard, yet its importance is frequently underestimated by many players. The signature on a lottery ticket is a fundamental form of identification and claim. Without it, proving ownership of the ticket can become a complex and potentially heartbreaking ordeal. Signing a lottery ticket immediately after purchase is akin to putting a legal stamp on personal property. It's a basic yet powerful protective measure. Should the ticket get lost or stolen, the signature can be the key factor in establishing rightful ownership. Conversely, the absence of a signature can lead to disputes, legal battles, and in some cases, the loss of the prize altogether. A compelling example of this mistake's consequences is the story of Jane, a retired teacher from California. After years of playing the lottery, Jane's persistence finally paid off. She had a ticket with the winning numbers for a substantial prize. Overwhelmed with joy and disbelief, she planned to claim her winnings the following day. However, in her excitement, Jane overlooked signing her ticket. That night, the ticket was accidentally thrown away and later retrieved by a neighbor. Since the ticket was unsigned, the neighbor attempted to claim the prize. Jane's oversight sparked a legal battle over the ownership of the ticket. Despite her proof of purchase and her story, the lack of a signature on the ticket complicated the matter significantly. The dispute dragged on, casting a shadow over what should have been a joyous occasion. Jane's case is a cautionary tale for all lottery players. It highlights the critical importance of signing a lottery ticket as soon as it's purchased. This simple action is a form of insurance, a way to protect one's potential winnings from being claimed by others. A common and costly mistake many lottery winners make is ignoring the tax implications of their newfound wealth. Understanding how lottery winnings are taxed is crucial, as it significantly affects the actual amount one ends up with. Many winners were caught off guard by the substantial slice that taxes can take from their jackpot, leading to financial complications and, in some cases, a complete reversal of fortune. In the United States, for instance, lottery winnings are considered taxable income. This means that the total amount advertised is not what winners take home. Federal taxes can claim a significant percentage of the winnings, and state taxes can vary depending on where the winner lives. Some states have high tax rates, while others, like Florida and Texas, have no income tax. The method of payment also matters. Lump sum payments are taxed differently from annuity options. The story of Michael, a middle-aged factory worker from Michigan, underscores the impact of tax ignorance. In 2015, Michael won $5 million in the state lottery. Overwhelmed with excitement, he opted for a lump sum payment, expecting to receive the entire amount. However, after federal and state taxes, his winnings were substantially reduced. Unaware of the tax deductions, Michael began spending as though he had the entire $5 million. He bought a new house and a luxury car, and generously gave money to family and friends. It wasn't long before he faced the reality of his financial situation. The reduced winnings, combined with his spending spree, left him in a precarious position. He had not only exhausted his prize money, but also incurred additional debts. Michael's story is a cautionary tale about the importance of understanding and planning for the tax implications of lottery winnings. Lottery winners should consult with financial advisors who specialize in handling large windfalls. These professionals can provide guidance on tax obligations and help devise a financial plan that ensures long-term stability. One of the most critical mistakes lottery winners can make is announcing their win prematurely. The sudden influx of a large sum of money can drastically change one's life, not always for the better, especially when it becomes public knowledge. The issues surrounding privacy and safety become paramount in such situations, as publicizing a lottery win can attract unwanted attention and pressure from distant relatives and acquaintances, and in some cases pose serious safety risks. The excitement and euphoria of winning can understandably make keeping such news a secret challenging. However, many winners fail to realize the impact that going public can have on their personal lives. It's not just about the media attention, it's also about the flood of requests for money, potential scams, and even threats to personal safety that can arise. A striking example of the dangers of announcing a lottery win prematurely is the story of Andrew, a young man from a small town in Georgia. In 2015, Andrew won a substantial amount in the state lottery. Caught up in the excitement, he shared the news with his friends and on social media. Within days, his story was picked up by local newspapers and television stations. What followed was a whirlwind of media attention, but also a barrage of requests for money, both from strangers and distant relatives. However, the situation took a darker turn when Andrew started receiving threats. He found himself in a position where he had to increase security around his home and be cautious about his personal safety. The stress of dealing with these issues took a toll on him and his family, overshadowing the joy of his win. Andrew's story highlights the importance of maintaining privacy after a lottery win. Most lotteries offer winners the option to remain anonymous for this very reason. It's advisable for winners to take advantage of this option and seek legal advice before going public if they choose to do so at all. Winning the lottery can be a double-edged sword. While it brings immense joy and the promise of a carefree life, it also carries the burden of financial management. A common and often devastating mistake made by lottery winners is the failure to seek professional financial advice. This oversight can lead to mismanagement of funds, resulting in severe financial difficulties and, in some cases, bankruptcy. The sudden possession of a large sum of money can be overwhelming, especially for those not accustomed to handling significant financial assets. Many winners are tempted to make impulsive purchases, give away large sums of money to family or friends, or invest in risky ventures without proper understanding or guidance. This lack of financial planning and foresight can rapidly deplete their winnings. A poignant example of this is the story of Bill, a construction worker from New Jersey who won a $10 million lottery jackpot. Elated by his newfound wealth, Bill quit his job and started living the life he'd always dreamed of. He bought a luxurious house, expensive cars, and took lavish vacations. Additionally, he generously loaned money to friends and invested in several businesses without proper due diligence. However, Bill's lack of financial acumen and failure to consult with a financial advisor led to a series of poor decisions. His investments failed, and the money he loaned was never returned. Within a few years, his expenses outstripped his winnings, and he found himself in debt. The situation spiraled to the point where Bill had to file for bankruptcy, a stark contrast to the life of luxury he'd briefly enjoyed. Bill's experience underscores the critical importance of seeking financial advice after a lottery win. A professional financial advisor can help winners understand their options, advise on investment strategies, and plan for taxes, ensuring long-term financial security. They can also assist in setting a budget that includes sensible spending, saving, and investment plans, tailored to the winner's lifestyle and goals. In the world of the lottery, the ticket is everything. It's not just a piece of paper, it's the bearer of potential fortune, a gateway to a life-altering opportunity. One of the most heart-wrenching mistakes lottery players can make is losing their ticket. This simple slip-up can turn a dream into despair, as without the ticket, claiming the prize is impossible. The importance of keeping a lottery ticket safe cannot be overstated. From the moment of purchase until the draw, and even after, if it turns out to be a winner, the ticket should be treated like the vulnerable item it is. A lost ticket is a common problem, often resulting from carelessness or a lack of foresight. People place their tickets in pockets, wallets, or drawers, forgetting about them or misplacing them. A particularly striking example of this mistake is the story of Bob, a retired teacher from Arizona. Bob had been playing the lottery for years, and one lucky day, his numbers finally came up. His ticket was worth a staggering $50 million. Overjoyed, Bob planned to claim his prize after the weekend. He casually placed the ticket in a drawer for safekeeping. However, during a routine cleaning, the ticket, which Bob had forgotten to secure properly, was mistakenly thrown out with a pile of papers. By the time Bob realized his mistake, it was too late. The ticket was lost, and with it, his chance of claiming the $50 million prize. Attempts to retrieve the ticket from the trash were futile, and without physical possession of the winning ticket, there was no way to claim the prize. Bob's story turned from a potential fairy tale ending into a cautionary tale of what could have been. Bob's experience highlights the critical importance of safeguarding a lottery ticket. Players should develop a system for keeping their tickets secure. This can be as simple as always placing them in the same secure spot, like a lockbox or a particular drawer. Taking a digital photograph or making a photocopy of the ticket can also be a wise precaution, providing evidence in case the original is misplaced. The allure of the lottery lies in its promise of life-changing wealth. However, a critical mistake many players make is not just hoping to win, but expecting it. This mindset, while optimistic, overlooks the stark reality of lottery odds, which are often astronomically low. The psychological impact of consistently expecting to win, only to be met with repeated disappointment, can be significant, and in some cases, lead to financial and emotional distress. The odds of winning a major lottery like Powerball or Mega Millions are 1 in several hundred million. Despite this, many players develop a certainty over time that their chance to win is just around the corner. This belief can lead to excessive spending on lottery tickets, neglect of financial planning, and a skewed perception of the value of money. An example of the detrimental effects of this mindset is the story of Linda, a healthcare worker from Florida. Linda began playing the lottery with moderate enthusiasm, but as time went on, her casual participation turned into an expectation of winning. She started buying more tickets each week, convinced that her dedication would eventually pay off. Linda began to factor the anticipated winnings into her future plans, including her retirement and financial aid for her children. However, as the years passed, the win Linda was so sure of never materialized. The money she spent on lottery tickets added up, creating a noticeable strain on her finances. She had neglected other potential investments and savings, believing the lottery would provide for her future. The realization of the financial hole she had dug for herself, coupled with the emotional toll of constant disappointment, was a harsh wake-up call. Linda's story is a reminder of the importance of maintaining a realistic perspective when playing the lottery. It serves as a caution against allowing the dream of a big win to overshadow the realities of probability and financial responsibility. As we've journeyed through the common pitfalls of lottery players, it's clear that the glittering allure of winning big comes with its share of challenges. Remember, the lottery is a game of chance with no guarantees. Approach it with a mindset of fun, not as a financial plan. Play responsibly, stay informed, and keep your expectations realistic. This way, the lottery can remain an exciting pastime without becoming a source of regret.